Okay. Hi there, everybody. We are gonna try to knock this out. I'm on lunch, and yeah. So well, all I've done is kind of insert the number. So I haven't really looked at it or digested what's going on. So let's get into that. Um, as I'm filming this, it's July 30th, Tuesday. But we are going to go over last week's budgets. So we're just going to catch up. Yeah, we're just going to catch up. Okay. Okay, if anybody's new, we are a family of 6. We have 4 kids, and then myself and my husband that work regular full-time W-2 jobs, and then we also have 2 dogs. We currently live in Texas. This will be our 2nd year. And yeah, so that's a little bit about what our finances are covering here. So last week, the 19th through the 25th, let's just zoom in. Okay. Oops. Let's tighten that. All right. So this was our budgeted amounts. Yeah. And what we actually ended up spending, and then my little category holders for everything. So last week was weekend money, which usually covers anything from Friday through Sunday, anything that we need spending on. Gas for our 2 cars. One of my sons helps me with babysitting our youngest, which is now 7 months. We have an auto transfer in our account. This lunch money is school lunch money, but I use it now during the summer as back to school fund. Our weekly grocery budget is $300, and that includes groceries for the house and then eating out anytime we dine out. Daycare is $135 weekly for my almost 3-year-old toddler. We have Netflix, we have a Citi credit card, and then we have a Target credit card. Yes, so breaking this down, what Target does not have a balance, but that money goes towards replenishing our, let's just say, our car savings. If you guys are new, we had a previous, what are they called, sedans, a little 4-door car. It was in an accident involving my teenager. So my husband has a hour commute, so we did end up having to get another car, and that literally wiped us all of our cash savings. But I did make it a rule that we were going to be paying ourselves back as if it was a payment, because one, that was just my thing, and there's a bunch of, relationships and breakdowns of conversations, but breakdown of communication. But yeah, so we might actually need to be funding that to potentially get another car, but we'll talk about that later. So this is technically back to the car fund. Yeah, that's just our Citi credit card. Food. Okay, so let's get into that. So anything we eat out from normally Monday to usually Friday dinner, sometimes Friday dinner, I count it as the following weekend. But I did the math and broke it down that these 3 outings were not really necessary, I suppose. Monday, my sister was in, one of my younger sisters was in town. So she went home Tuesday. Yeah, so she was here almost a week, but yeah, so we went out twice to dine out, and so yeah, you add one more, so it's a bigger dining bill. So I think without that, our food costs would have been probably $200 if we would have gotten groceries. But instead we ended up spending $420. So I at least know the breakdown, and even if I had like supplemented this outing, because this outing was just us 6, yeah, even with planning an outing, which I want to leave at $100, we still would have been over budget a little bit. So yeah, so we're gonna try to keep better track of that, and we're gonna try to get back on cooking and making meals and everything at home. So that was that breakdown for last week. So kind of on budget, kind of not on budget. We'll see. And then I updated this week's budget up until yesterday morning. So we did have purchases yesterday day, so I don't have that update. I will do that. Let's see. I'll probably end up doing that on Saturday. An update of this. Okay, that's here nor there. So this week's budget, it was from last Friday, and then it goes to this Thursday, and today is Tuesday. Oh my gosh, it's only Tuesday. Okay. Okay, so going down this week's budget is my husband gets paid, weekend money, which that already passed, gas money. I just filled up this morning, and that was let's do 730, and that was $76.66. But I'm gonna do $77 because this was on a credit card. Okay. Sitter, I wrote it in pencil because I have not paid him. So when I do my like balance breakdown, that will come to play. So our internet for the house already came out. Yeah, this lunch money is on hold. This car money, again, is on hold. Our electric bill was due yesterday, and so it was a little bit over. Okay, sorry. Our food budget for this week, Sitter was paid yesterday. I have here my, I guess it's to pay us back, right? The $500, but I'll see, because I have not really tracked these payments, or these payments. So I got to do that. And that is, again, a thing I'll probably do at our balance breakdown. Our house mortgage, if you weren't here in the last couple videos, I don't know if it was the last one, but our mortgage is this year supposed to be $2,400. Last month or the month before, we got a notice that it's going to be an additional $200, so $2,600, because of state taxes or whatever. We moved here from Oregon, and I have a Texas ID now, but my husband does not. And then he was told that he could do certain things or sign up for certain things to get you that $200 discount off. I don't know, but that's what we're paying until all of that gets figured out. So, and I don't think they'll be doing any refunds, like for the time that you were whatever. So, and then we have a Discover credit card. I think it's $400. I did go through all of our cards and I thought I updated the new minimum balances or the new minimum payments, but I feel like that's really high. So I don't know. Sometimes when you're in your budget so much that like the numbers and everything, the math meshes, this is one of those times. Okay. So over this weekend, we had a productive weekend and we went out a little bit. So let's see. We did a Walmart trip. And I want to say, I think that was groceries, like snack grocery style. Saturday, we did go out. We had breakfast. We went to like a swap meet type of a thing here, but it was ginormous. And that I didn't put on here, but we did take out, I'm going to say we took out $100 cash because we just didn't know how the vendors here work. Vendors back home usually are cash, but we took out 200, but we only spent 100 and my husband has pocketed the other 100. And he said he hasn't spent any of it yet. So I think I'm just going to ask him to put it back in the account because him with cash he's so bad. He'll just spend it all on Red Bulls, which is fine, right? Snacks and whatever. But I tell him, just buy the Red Bull pack from Costco. I think it's like $40 for like 20 of them or something like that. Which, yes, it's a lot on energy drinks, but at 7-Eleven, I think they're like $3 each. So I think that's what we're just going to do. I'm just going to ask him to put back all the cash just so it's easier to track. Unless he wants to be saving all of the receipts, which he actually is really good about that. He even reminds me to scan the receipts. So this Sonics, oh yeah. So after the swap meet, because I think we were there for like 3 hours, we were really thirsty. I did not pack anything. I didn't pack snack for the kids. I didn't pack our 2, 3, 4 big jugs of water bottles. Nothing. So we went to Sonics and got some drinks. On Sunday morning, we had coffee and had breakfast at home. I had to order dog food Sunday night for it to be delivered Monday morning. So I'm just going to put it there because dog food comes from a different category anyways. And then we did have Chipotle for lunch, and then we made dinner at home. So all of that, the total was $244.33. Okay, so this is a little breakdown that I do that I know is probably just one extra step or a little bit too confusing sometimes, but it helps me. So it was a total of $244.33, but 60, let's just say 65 of it was cash or from our like debit account. So that's $179 that's left over. Then why did I do that? I don't know why I did that. Oh, okay. So $179, and And then how much was on each card. Oh, perfect. Okay, I see what I did now. Okay. So the weekend money is only 130. But 65 of that was from our debit account, so that automatically gets taken out. So we only have 65 left. That's what I made that note of. So 65 will be going to the Amex card because it has a bigger balance. So then that means we still have a balance on the Amex of $44, and then Capital One still has a balance of $72. I hope that makes sense. I think I do have a mini video showing a little bit more detail of that, but if anybody wants more detail, let me know and I will gladly do a more detailed video about that. But I'm just trying to get going here because I do have to go back soon. Okay. Yes. So then food for this week. Yesterday we did have Costco. Today I had to order a Walmart pickup. So I will put those in for the next check-in. So here is our expense trackings. I probably won't get into it too much because I do want to do the account breakdown with you guys. But really quickly, these blue highlights are, I guess, categories or savings categories or whatever that is not our usual. So like our usual is gas, weekend, food, and then anything on the budgeted. And then I also have sinking funds categories that I'm not very strict with. It's a goal of mine, but yeah, it is what it is. So I guess my first step to trying to be more consistent with that is I want to highlight the other categories and then eventually make like totals that we spent in that category so I can kind of see what we're spending versus what I think we should be saving for that category. So that's what that is. These were just bills that came out the previous week. But yeah, so that's what that looks like. And let's do our breakdown with this balance. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it because I don't think it's gonna change that much. 8, 7. And then let's see what my breakdowns before were. Okay, so this one is from the 5th. Oops. Okay, so this is my current balance in my account. No, we do not have all of that money. I do have it in categories. I just have not gotten to breaking it up in the account. Okay. So for the most part, we still have all of this. Okay, let me think. This is where okay, I need money to cover this week's bills. And I need money to pay back some stuff from this week, from last week. So I need to figure out those two numbers. And then from there, I need to figure out which of these categories are still relevant. And there's some money in here that is solely a card repayment. So it's not really, yeah, so I have to keep that in mind. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause here. I'm going to do the rollover breakdown, maybe in a separate video, and log it here or link it here. Because I do have to go back to work. Yes, I think I'm going to do that and then check in with you guys at our next, later on this week, check-in of the week, and maybe to go over the roll. I don't know. Yeah. I'm just going to do a separate video with the rollover. But we at least have caught up until yesterday with our budgets. So everything looks okay, and we have already had some chit chats about meal planning and just implementing more routines and schedules in our week that are just going to help us just sanity wise here at home, but also financially, and keeping those goals in check. I think that's it. So I think that's it. So I will get that done. You guys watch whatever you guys want to watch. Oh gosh, my kids. And let me know what y'all think. I will see you guys soon. Bye-bye.